Well, kia ora atu e hoa mai. Good to have you along here at Sky Sport and coverage of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Finals Day from Puketawhero Park here in Rotorua. Great to have you along too, and over the next few hours we'll be seeing the Boys Championship Final coming up in a moment, then the Girls Final and of course the Cup Final. And what a wonderful celebration of the code it has been over the past week, and great to see the Secondary Schools Tournament finally getting staged again. Of course, it's been 3 years because of the COVID interruptions since we've been able to see our secondary school teams out and having a hit out against each other. So it's been a slightly different format. Traditionally, it's been held in Tamaki Makaurau in Auckland at Bruce Pullman Park out in South Auckland, but Rotorua and the Thermal Explorer Fund have put their hand up, and so it's great to see all these teams who have converged on the Sulphur City over the past week. Less Auckland teams, predominantly when the tournament staged in the Big Smoke, it was occupied mostly by Auckland-based teams, just 3 teams from outside, but this time, because it's being held here in Rotorua, 15 of the 23 teams have come from outside Auckland. Manurewa High School lining up here this morning against Te Whanau. Joining us in the commentary, Moiho husband, Taku Pōtuki o Te Whanau, nei rā te mihi kia koe Moiho.
Ai, tēnā koe Dale, oti rā tēnā koutou kua mātaki maina ki ngā kāinga maha. Hey, tuatahi ake, I need to acknowledge the coach of Manurewa High School, Jethro Friend. He was a previous student of the kura, finished in 2010. He's been teaching PE there for 7 years, and so he's leading the team out. Jericho Thompson at the back. In the halves is Dylan Morunga and Frankie Payne. Locked off is Finese Peraua.
Well, Manurewa's got a proud tradition too, one of the biggest rugby league clubs in the country. So it's really good to have you with us here. A little bit overcast in the Sulphur City this morning. We've got 3 back-to-back games, as I say, but we're celebrating these young players. Now, Te Whanau is a composite school team that brings together players predominantly from Rotorua High School, but they've also got a few players out of Fraser High, and even from up north in Carmel High School and Pompallier College. And it's a great departure here that the Secondary Schools Board have given approval for these composite teams to come together so that our young players can get a chance to have a run in the national tournament, even though their schools don't have the numbers to field their own team individually.
Yeah, big mihi to the tumuaki of Rotorua High School, Willie Ford. Nōna te whakaro kia karangahia ki e rā o ngā kura, ka piritahi mai ki tēnei o ngā tīma. Te Whanau Anoa is the name of their marae and the name of their whare tupuna at their kura. And like you said, Dale, teams from Kaitākaro from Fraser High and Kirikiriroa, Carmel High School in Whangarei, Pompallier College in the Bay of Islands. So quite a unique squad, but they've come together on Monday night and they've gone pretty well so far.
Well, we wish them well in order to accommodate and provide safety for our younger players. This year the NZRL have structured an under-15s invitational competition. So that means that you haven't got 13, 14-year-olds, those in years 9 and 10, lining up against the guys who are at the end stages of their secondary schooling. So it's another development, and of course to acknowledge the introduction of a girls' championship. And while small numbers to start with, this undoubtedly will grow in the future too. We'll be featuring the girls' final at around about 11:30 this morning. Whanau e hoa mai, good to have you along here, Sky Sport. Big ups to Rob Douglas and the team at Sky, who wanted to bring on stage this grassroots, down-home rugby league that we all celebrate. And when you look at the likes of Rotorua and the community, it's a very proud community, the timber town of Aotearoa. And when we look at the exploits of Joseph Manu, for instance, Zane Tedavana, just to name a couple who have come out of Rotorua, we're reminded that there are stepping stones that can allow some of these young people to go all the way. Not all will, but certainly they can see in their own community examples of those who have. So we wish both of these teams well. Manurewa traditionally in the yellow, they'll be lining up against the Rotorua team in their traditional green colours, and we're looking forward to a wonderful clash here in the final of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Senior Boys Championship. Let's go and pick up some of the himine, which is going to be the start here for Manurewa. Paruatui tēnā himene beautiful and Manurewa hai to the day I die, e moi hai.
Tūturu whakamaua kia Rio was the call at the Women's Auckland Rugby League Championship final, and just to make it to those two squads, Manurewa Kowhai and Manurewa Whero. Hammond and Rusty Matua and the team, Shawnee Clark, Crystal Rota, very proud. Manurewa to the core. I look forward to both teams having a hit out this afternoon, this morning, Motaku here. In our Manurewa squad, we've got a mixture of about 9 under-15s players. So the mix between youthfulness and experience is definitely on show. Ko tahitanga, on the other hand, with te whānau anoa whakawhanaungatanga coming from different parts of the motu.
Here we go. This is the Senior Boys Championship final at the New Zealand Rugby League Secondary Schools Tournament. The action coming to you live on Sky from Puketawhero Park here in Rotorua. The big number 8. There's some solid D to get us underway. There's Frankie Payne. We'll pick up on some of these young guys as we go through, just as we have too in the introduction. Acknowledging Rotorua. And some solid footballers come through, both out of rugby. Quade Cooper's out of that little town as well.
Kevin Mialamu.
It's from Motu.
Oh, well, that's what Willie said.
Okay, well, Willie Meyer is like the cultural ambassador for Rotorua. Willie Kindley, who I call him. Here's the kick downtown. Jericho Thompson's got it at the back. Fielding good nick too. We were to play on the number 1 field, but for logistical reasons, the decision was to play here on number 2 in the final. To be honest, had we have covered it on number 1, we would have had the imposition of some of the towers just by where the rig is set up. So the track's in good condition. The mood of those here, both on the field playing and in support though, is really what needs to be celebrated. And our young people getting a chance to strut their stuff as Cheyenne Pasikala gets hold of the ball. Good D2 as Corin Cody Peel comes flying in. It's the 5th and final now. Putting it up in the air.
Good boy, Corin!
And a little scrag. Flicking Colwyn Komave out into touch. But a good set there opening up for Manurewa.
Yeah, well, I thought Te Whanau Anoa defended really well. I wasn't too impressed seeing the handbrake from the kickoff. However, they got to a decent kick and responded well in some strong defence.
That's a good little defensive effort there from Ola Petero, who comes in on the fly. So Te Whanau Anoa with the football on the far side, and the tackle was affected. I think the referee will allow the play the ball. Ethan Uri is up to play it, and Benji Savage gets hold of it. First hit up for Benji.
Just a reminder, Dale, that this Te Whanau Anoa team is made up of 4 different schools from around the motu. We've got the core of the team out of Rotorua. We've got 1 player from Fraser High in Hamilton. There's a few from Kāmo High and Whangarei. Ka mutu ko etehi ka ahu mai I te Bay of Islands, Pompelia College as well.
That ball's gone down. Hebden Pinetoa just unable to hold on to it. There'll be some nerves here. They know that it's on TV. Big ups to all the connections too to these young guys who'll be watching around the country with great pride, I would hope, too. Rugby League, it's more than a game. That's the tagline from New Zealand Rugby League. And it is more than a game too, because networks are created, friendships are developed, and of course the opportunities to get fit and to play in a team should never be undervalued or understated. Now with the ball, Manurewa up quickly on defence. There's Noah Smiler, who's playing at fullback today, assisted by Winniclay there in the tackle. Down the right edge here, a little bit sluggish on the run. This time the big number 15, Victor Canassi, gets hold of the football. Meyer defending, short side still. Look to drift slightly forward to Frankie Payne, but he's still sweet as Manurewa to get themselves into field position. A little bit of a juggle, then a recovery.
Just to let you know as well, this Manurewa team is a little bit down on numbers. They had a few players rock up to Auckland early this morning. They're playing in the Warriors 15s, future Warriors. Kemu tēnei ahiahi before the Titans game, the last home game for the Vodafone Warriors. So showing a lot of depth, this Manurewa squad. Successful up against Te Whanau Anoa yesterday in a 16-6 Kemu.
That one's gone dead, so still no score here. 30-minute halves for the final here of our secondary school tournament. Rotorua is buzzing too with the news that they'll be hosting the Indigenous All-Stars game next year. My apologies, they're 25-minute halves here. As we see the peroxided boot, or head actually, followed by the boot. Manurewa with the ball. Here's Kalesi on the boil. Shire Pasikala has been working hard. That's a good charging run again from Frankie Payne. Good, hard, barreling effort.
Slight little knock on when he hit the ground. I think Dale was the outcome. He showed good grit and determination. Up the tram lines did Frankie Payne.
Let's have a look at it as he hits the deck. Just getting up while there's a hand in there too.
Sneaky hand in it.
A little bit tough on him. Hebden Pinetor, quite obvious. I don't know if he intended to dislodge the ball, but that's certainly the result here. So they dodge a bullet somewhat there. The squad from Te Whanau Anoa. Rotorua in the mix too, having good success with their senior men in the Bay of Plenty Wide Rugby League competition.
Not only a display of footy talent, Dale, but we've got a display of haircuts as well. The peroxides, the mullets, the horsetails.
Oh well, this is the way of our young people. I don't know whatever happened to short back and sides. It's gone out of fashion like Vauxhall Vivas.
Oh, well, you've got the salt and pepper look on today there, Dale.
Thanks very much. Can't dodge it. I could, but people would think me weird. My peroxide, but everyone else seems to be doing it at the moment.
Just like to mihi to the manager, Katie Spraggan, and the assistant coach, Peter Olivetti. You remember Peter Olivetti from the Baracard Cup, Fox Days, Dad?
Yeah, for sure. Peter was
Papakura, Howard, Chatatu.
Terrific player, Peter Olivetti. So now it's Te Whanau Anoa, really the first time with the ball in hand, an opportunity to put some gas on. Joey Meyer here calling for the quick play the ball as they go down the left edge through Missa. And now realising that he had played himself into trouble, so Callum Ward wisely goes to ground. No score, 17 and a half minutes to play here in the first half of this, the first of three finals, as Te Whanau Anoa works some magic on the left edge. But in the end, Manurewa up quickly too, keeping the ball alive, so they're game. And then he get seeing a little bit here this afternoon. That ball's popped back as well, but it's finally a knock on. Callum Ward put it, well, hoping that it could be scooped up, sadly, for him. It wasn't, but it must have changed hands about 9 or 10 times in this play.
Oh, no doubt, Dale. It's pleasing to see a bit of backyard footy style at the big dance. Seems like the boys are out the back of the marae having a jam with one another. I don't know if it was last tackle, but they were chucking it around like a hot potato.
Yeah, for sure. And just couldn't scoop it, Elijah Hebden Pinetor. But a willingness to play an entertaining brand of football, and that's got to be acknowledged here. Sometimes in finals, your coaches will demand the grind to keep it tight, to make your forwards work hard up through the guts. But at the moment, hey, these are young guys. They're experiencing finals football perhaps for the first time. Definitely television on Sky Sport for the first time, so why not let it sing, as you say. And there's another knock-on forced by Te Whanau Anoa. Good field position. They might be able to capitalise here with a set in hand.
Yeah, solid contact, Dale, from Joseph Meyer, the hooker of the Te Whanau Anoa team. Joseph's out of Rotorua High School. Good tackle tech. Just a loose carry.
Cut him down like he's using a chainsaw, and he probably does most weekends.
And the Timber Town.
And the Timber Town of Rotorua, you better believe it. So here's the scrum feed to Vida Misa. Hey, they'll be fancying their chances from here as they go down the short side through Ward once again. Steps on the inside for Smiler. Good take from Savage. And there's a powerful carry. Takes three defenders to knock him over here, but they're in good range now. Little show, stepping back on the inside. Smiler can almost smell the chalk from that range. Meyer, the dummy half, finds Missa. little bit of a dart and a weave. And then denuded almost too in the tackle as his jersey scragged. Pop ball out. Big man this time around, the big number 8, Leo Siafa. Still going, Leo. Right in front of the sticks here, and a big chance here for Te Whanau. Norderfoot to draw first blood, and there's Misa. Does he reach out and do the damage? The referee will say, I think he might have knocked on. Oh, I think the lights went up there for Tavita Misa, and he really thought that he had it home. Must have come up just fractionally short.
Really impressed with the goal line defence from the Manurewa High School team. Numbers on, preventing Joseph Meyer trying to duck and weave his way through the line.
Having a go.
Took the ball in too high. You see the old beaver, Brandon Smith, burrow tries out of that range, don't you?
Yeah, for sure he goes in low, but he's what do they call him?
The wombat, not the beaver.
The wombat, but he does try to beaver away, there's no doubt about that. Wonderful New Zealand talent out of Waiheke Island and Bay Roskill Juniors. Up through North Queensland, and now sterling career at Melbourne. Soon to also add the Roosters to his playing card.
Yesterday, Dale Te Whanau Noa went down to Manurewa High School 16-6, but they've come out in the championship final here today with another spring in their step.
Frankie Payne once again. Meyer. It was Meyer too in the headgear. I thought it was Misu who had a shot at the line, but Manurewa have come on back. Yeah, I'd sort of like to acknowledge Jethro, Clayton, long-standing Whanau connection there. The friend Whanau, part of Manurewa life. Clayton, of course, one of our most exceptional number 7s in the black and white jersey.
I was lucky enough to have a corridor with Jethro prior to the game, and he was in hysterics still of Tony's speech at the Auckland Fox Memorial, the Auckland Awards dinner. He was a talent.
Tony Tuia. Yeah, he really should have his own comedy show.
His own podcast or something, man, because
a lot of you probably don't know Tony Tuia, but I tell you what, he got acknowledged for playing 200 Fox Memorial games, which is quite a milestone for any player in the Auckland Club Rugby League. And he was interviewed, I think supposed to be just for 10 minutes, but it went on for 20, maybe even half an hour. He was so hilarious. But the best thing about Tony, he's a terrific footballer, and he wasn't trying to be a comedian. That's just the way he rolls. And it was a very entertaining piece. You'll find it on YouTube if you want to. Tony Tuia at the Auckland Rugby League.
Callum Ward.
22 awards.
Callum Ward, Te Tūwhāngai, the standoff for Te Whanau Noa, has showed some skill sets that you'd be pleased to see in topside quality footy. So he's got a good boot on him. He's got some good rugby league IQ, so he's one to watch out for.
There's a little dummy now. They need to create something. Manurewa, nice little chain passing and carry it out to the left edge. Stepping back into the fray too is Leon Richard. And taking some work here for Te Whanau Noa to put him away. Dummy half work for Pasikala once again. Little show and charge to the big number 18 on the boil. He's shut down now. So Manurewa get themselves an opportunity to issue a challenge. There's a kick and it wasn't contained. So the knock on has been called and Manurewa will be in good field position to feed the scrum.
Yeah, they completed their sets effectively here. We see the other run by Leon Richard. Apparently he's got some vocals as well, Dale. He's a bit of a singer. He's hoping to sing the team song at the end of the 60th minute.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that too. Well, we've got some pretty talented young people in our secondary schools who can entertain, weave, and well, read and write, I hope, as well.
Just like to also acknowledge the principal of Manurewa High, Peter Jones, who's given the green light for Manurewa to come and represent their kura down at Rotorua.
Kapai. And also they've fielded a girls team as well that's been staying out at Nongataha, I'm told. So one of the 6 girls teams, beautiful pass on the far side of the field. It was a lovely setup. And in the end, it's Tuile Lua Tamaliawa who is in to score with the pop ball delivered El Perfecto. The timing was spot on. Let's have another look how it came to be.
Yeah, a bit of a 2-pass here. What a little flicky around the back. That was Jericho Thompson, the son of Clifford Thompson from the NZRL, with the flick.
And this is
Pretty impressive, wasn't it?
Oh, it was pretty cool, all right. Tui Leilua Tamaleawa. Yeah, that's the sort of play you can come to expect here in secondary school rugby league. Congratulations to them. It took a while to come along. 25 minutes past, so 15 in. But eventually, Te Whanau Anō cracked out wide. But it took a skillful delivery to ensure the prize was achieved.
Usually you see a sort of front door, back door play on the short side, Dale, but just simple draw and pass, running the overs line. And you can't coach those sort of offloads.
I tried to coach you with them, but it never quite came together. Skillful stuff, though. It's well done to the young Clifford who popped the ball there. So we're out wide. There's Jericho Thompson lining up the conversion. Leon Richard, perhaps it is. First time glancing at these guys too for both Moiha and Moa. But really pleased like you to witness some of the skills, eh? You gotta love it, don't you? For a wide out and putting the icing on the cake.
Well, it surprised us in the commentary booth, and it even surprised our cameraman, riding him off from the sideline, but showed great skill there, did Leon Richard. Brought his golden boot out this afternoon. As we see, straight over the black dot here at Puketawhero Park in Rotorua, field 2.
Oh, that's a beauty, you know. And the young fella will keep that on the show reel for a while. And so will the guy with the kicking tee. So great start. As you can see the sort of mountains in the background, the lake down the way. Come and have a nice holiday on Rotorua, the sulphur city. It's back open for business. And I'd love to have you visit and get some of your money to boost the coffers of a town that's been doing it tough over the last couple of years because of COVID. Here's Manurewa back on the roll.
Yeah, well, I think that try eventuated Dale from solid completed sets and hard defence. Forced the error and capitalised.
So Manurewa, they don't have to do too much special here, although that ball's gone. Ward was in the wrong position. When it was their number 3, Komave, who was had the ball taken from him, I think it was.
Liam O'Brien, the match official in the middle, the man with the mana, identifying that there was more than one tackler. As you received the ball in your hands,
right
Mr.
here
Husband.
into the commentary position. It bounced unusually. I've never ever seen that happen before. But you know, you live and learn. Incredible scenes here. How the heck did that happen, mate?
Hey, you weren't even watching. I wish it hit you in the mush.
No, but well, I'm glad
it landed in your lap, bro.
Oh, hang on, I was looking at the team sheets. The next thing you know, the ball bounces up literally into my lap. Oh, it's probably the best thing I've done in football in 20 years.
Hard case.
It's just dropped out. I remember, you know, at Carlisle Park, because the broadcast spot there was so close to the field, and I think every kicker tried to break the glass as the ball has just gone down by the 21 here. Get another look at it. Wooshka. Yeah, so there's the lake in the background there. You've got the mountains up the other side. On our way down, we saw a dad with his, I think there are 5 young blokes all coming down from the big smoke with their mountain bikes on the back to rip through Rainbow Valley or whatever it's called up the back there. On your bike, boys, on your bike. Get on down to Rotorua. Here's Daniel Simi out to the right-hand side. Paraua, good little run from Paraua. Basikala. Everyone wants a bit of the action here. Now the cut-out ball, yeah, oh yeah. Cohen, Komave is in to score out wide. They sense the opportunity, and then, you know, there's the ball. What is it good for? It's good for the rainbow ball. We'll take it in.
Double pump shown by one of the forwards playing as the ball player. Traditionally out the back door to one of their fullbacks, as we see here on the replay. We just see the final put down, but prior to that was some good work. by number 18 here, TJ Tamaleawa. Double pump. And in we go with Colwyn Mawai from the Manurewa under-15s. With a smile on his dial.
Absolutely beautiful. For the last 2 good tries, the flick pass on the far side for Tamaleawa, and then now Mawai able to score out wide. They're buzzing at the moment, Manurewa. Great to have you along here, Whanau. If you've just joined us at Sky Sport with a commitment to covering secondary school rugby league. Coming at you live from the NZRL National Secondary Schools Tournament. It's the Senior Boys Championship. The Girls Tournament is coming up next, and then we'll have our cup final for you due to kick off this afternoon at 1 p.m.
Here we see Leon Richard. He slotted one from the other side of the field. We won't write him off here.
No, we won't. Come on, Leon. Steady as she goes, Bucko. Here we go, Leon. Oh, no. Oh, he's done it. He's done it, has he? Oh, just a little bit short there. Oh, Leon. We need a little bit more tunnel in the K this morning, eh, Hoa?
He would have been acknowledged in the Aussie rules format. However, he showed some good kicking abilities. Here we see again the second try for the Manurewa High School. Really impressed with the double pump and the bridge. The Harbour Bridge ball,
the rainbow.
The rainbow.
The speculator. Call it what you will. The main thing is to hit the mark. And celebrations started 10-0. Good first half here for Manurewa. It took them a while to get it to get into their groove, but now that they are, as we come down to the last 4 or so minutes, what's needed here from Te Whanau Noa.
Christian Ova'a showing some great ball playing skills. He's the captain, number 18 for Manurewa High School, nicknamed Max, Mad Max. Mad as a cut snake with skills like that.
Oh, I don't know how he got the name Mad Max, but this one here ought to be called the Train. Beautiful carry back from the kickoff. Manurewa, confidence high. Te Whanau Noa under the pump here at the back end of the first 25.
Yeah, Dale, I hope they respond effectively, does Te Whanau Noa, because I was really impressed with some of their sets down the right end of the field in early stages of the game. Let's hope they keep Manurewa High School out before the halftime whistle.
Well, not if you're a Manurewa High School supporter. Big ups to those who are watching him today. He's a big young guy. Good carry as well. That's Tula Tuala. Got the white boots. Easy to spot. There's Mad Max this time. Ahua gets the ball away. And a scrambling tackle here from Ward. Just able to curtail the run. Leon Richard puts it up in the air. And that's a good take in the end from our Tokoroa-based lads. Just want to acknowledge those not from Tokoroa. All the rest of the team are, except Noah Smiler is out of Fraser. He's in Jersey 1. Leo Siafa from Carmel College. Tēnā koe te you, Leo, and Ramiki to your whānau. Lewis Maric is running for Pompelia College in this squad. And also Elijah Hebden Penator, also from Carmel High School. Flynn McBride's on the bench today. So the rest of the players in the green strip are all from Tokoroa High School.
Te Whanau Noa did really well. They're diffusing a midfield bomb put up by Leon Richard. No doubt they're inspired by the likes of Cam Munster, Matty Burton with these midfield spiral bombs, Dale.
Yeah, well, they're the best at them.
Here we see another example.
This time it's off the boot of Ward, and he chases and confidently taking it at the back and trying to slice through. It's good to watch. Fullback Thompson out of dummy half. Vermatahau. Good display here from Manurewa, and as you mentioned, a number of their probably best this week have been called up to the Emerging Warriors opportunity, and good luck to the Warriors too today. I would hope a couple of you guys will be watching today, and even though it's been a tough season, you know, our rugby league fraternity remain absolutely committed to supporting you as you go forward, and big year ahead in 2023. Good luck with the Titans this afternoon. So as you can see, a lot of our players in the Warriors started off in competitions like this, so they know only too well pathways exist if you've got the commitment, the drive, and in some cases a little dollop of good luck as well. to embrace a professional sporting career. But
good scramble defence there, Dale from Olo Petero. Been really impressed with Christian Alva'a. Showing the ball back on the inside, then throwing the big face ball over to his winger. It was on.
Well, they're holding in here, and they're just down by 2 tries to 0 at the moment, so certainly not disgraced in the first half here to Whanau Noa. Another little error might compound their difficulties, although the clock appears to be on their side as the scrum's to be set if there is time to do so.
Yes, I just don't think the player intended to receive the footy was prepared. Unfortunate outcome for Te Whanau Noa. As we see Noah Smiler sitting back in the pocket. Liam O'Brien out of Dunedin Oteputi, our referee, picking it up.
Well, he's pretty trustworthy because he put the $2 coin he tosses, you know, in front of you, and was perhaps surprised when he came back it was still there.
The $2 coin. The $2 coin.
The gold coin
with heads on both sides.
No, certainly not. We're not in Las Vegas now, Mr. Husband. So that's Manurewa, last roll of the dice for the first half. Little show, straightening here now. The ref will call it quits, I think. Although, again, I remind you, the tick clock that you're seeing up in the corner here is really from our end. And ultimately, when the match controller's hands as far as timing is concerned, the same with the referee, but we're not too far out of sync with each other. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that first half of footy. We certainly have, in bringing it to you, the first of 3 here through the course of the day. And we go to the half-time break in the New Zealand Secondary School Senior Boys Championship, and it is Manurewa High School leading to Whanau Noa 10-0. Back in a moment to have a look at the highlights of that first half. Kia ora, welcome back, and really pleased to have you with us here in Rotorua. And it's a 10-0 scoreline. Manurewa over Te Whanau anō nei rā te miki a koutou e ho a kōrero mai e ho whakaro te kēmi me.
Ana teo aha ko kare anō ka whai piro Te Whanau noa e hare I te mea me whakaiti me takahi rānei I te mana o taua kapa. Te Whanau anō down, they haven't broken the ice yet in terms of putting points on the board, but they're playing for the Development Championship here at the National Secondary Schools Tournament in Puketawhero Park. Rotorua nui a kahu mata momoi. Howard College were the previous winners of that shield in 2018. Here we see some highlights of the first half.
Yeah, that was a really great try, wasn't it? It was from Tamaleaua, but the ball, the offload was just a pure silky skill.
Not only the tries are on display, but the kicking abilities as well of Leon Richard, the back rower for Manurewa High.
And look at this nice little offload here. Christian Alva, he's the skip, double pumps, over the top he goes, and no problem at all, finished out there from Kaumavai. Skillful play once again, and Manurewa up by 10, but certainly Te Whanau anō far from out of the game here. Good talent on show here today. Really pleased to have your company too. As Sky Sport brings you all the action here from the last day of tournament for 2022. That's Te Whanau anō. We've got kickoff coming for you in the second half. At the halftime break, it's Manurewa who lead Te Whanau anō by 10-0. Well, plenty of supporters in there today. The Kathmandu Jackets out in numbers as well. Just a short halftime break of 5 minutes. Big ups all the connections, finding places to stay, the ACOM, the transport, and most of all making sure that these athletes are fueled. You've worked in the education sector, you know what's involved to put together tournaments of this nature and to get teams to them.
Fundraisers, sausage sizzles, car washes, dishes, laundry.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess, or you can find a wealthy sponsor, but for the best part, they just grind it out here. Number 10's Raymond Reed, who's into the mix here for Manurewa High.
Just to paint the picture once again, mena katahi anō koutou ka tūhono mai. If you've just joined us, Te Whanau anō are a composite team that have gathered from all around the motu. The bulk of them out of the timber town of Rotorua, Fraser High School in Hamilton, Carmore High in Whangarei, and Pompelia College in the Bay of Islands. So these boys just come together earlier on the week, and they've made their way to the Championship Development Final.
Yeah, and that's just a love of sport, love of rugby league. So there's a good young fellas here on show. We're looking forward for the very first time to bring the girls' final, which is coming up at around 11:30 today. Scheduled kick-off, 1 o'clock this afternoon too. It's the cup final as that kick is put. Well, I guess that would be, where are we lying here? I'm just trying to get my bearings. Maybe, well, it's either north, south, east or west, so I'll put it that way, the kick. We're looking across at Chucky, look at the wind, look at the sky up. Anyway, towards the mountains, let's call it that way. So one end of the field faces the lake, and the other, the mountains over to the Blue Lake, and all those picturesque areas. Tarawera, the ball's been jarred loose from Edwin Penetor, and now it's Manurewa. Well, it was looking at a one-on-one strip, but the ref says, no, I think there were two in there. Padire Lamoy, in the end, had the football in his control. The referees had a good game here this, what's kind of same afternoon, but we're not really quite used to commentating footy for breakfast, but gee whiz.
Hey, we'll call footy for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
That's for sure.
I'm also looking forward to the big game this afternoon. Rotorua Boys High in the final up against De La Salle. 275, Mangere, Mangele, whatever you may call it.
Well, I know that those, the OGs from Mangere, they often call it Mangere. But anyway, we won't be, because that's not the way that the Māori word is pronounced. Number 10 on the boil here on the charges, Raymond Reed.
What's surprising to see in that final, Dad, is it's not St Paul's, it's not Southern Cross Campus, but it's Rotorua Boys High up against De La Salle.
Yeah, it's fantastic. De La Salle haven't been in for a long time, but you know they're stacked full of young guys with a bit of grunt and go. So that'll be a great final, of course. Rotorua boys high, the holders of the Super 8 title, and Waiska Cup, as we see an effort on the far side of the field. Has it come up trumps? No, it hasn't. Come up just short. Let's stay with the action, looking for the crash over from dummy half. Yes, no, indifferent. What's the story? Manurewa look as though they have got across the line with one of those burrowing efforts from dummy half. I'll just check and see the number. The referee got the call from the touch judge.
Not a fan, to be honest, of those tries, Dale. They should only be worth 2 points, these sneaky ones out of dummy half.
Well, say that to the guy who scores it. Here he goes underneath. Yeah, the old tunnel shot. Hard to stop. Okay, and it is confirmed, and it's Petite Lamoy. Hasn't been on for long, but making his presence felt.
I thought Callum Ward may have done enough to hold him up here. Leon Richard almost deserved this try. He's been a standout for me for most part of the game. Just comes up inches short, and then the thief of the night, Padilla Lemoy, shows right and goes left.
Rips out the hearts of the defenders. That's try number 3. 14-0, the kick to come. 25-minute halves here.
As Flow Rider sings in the background, he's got a good feeling, and I've got a good feeling that Leon Richard will put this over the black dot.
Oh, it's a tough one. That's an early call. Don't put the commentator's mocker on there.
He's got the wind behind his back.
We'll wait and see. He certainly had the accuracy. We'll give him that. Is that the wind behind his back? We'll see. So here we go.
How good is to see forwards taking shots at goal?
Let's ride it home. Coming around. And just wide. League smart, more than a game. These are the catch cries. New Zealand Rugby League trying to create more pathways, more tournament play. Very important that we stage more regional tournaments as we get another look at Lamoy's effort from close range.
It's nice for the boys to get out and rip into one another. Dale, with COVID, our young educators of tomorrow have had a lot of disruptions. Learning online, digital fatigue.
Yeah, absolutely. As Raymond Reid now, the referee sent indiscretion here, and another penalty. Yeah, it has been real difficult for our students, and sadly a lot haven't gone back. They've found jobs or the like. They've had to do other work. There's a kick. One might be coming our way again. Oh, gee, almost hit you in the mush there. Oh, in some ways I hoped it would have, but it didn't.
Have we got a bloody target on ourselves or something, Dale?
Crikey, thanks. Well, normally we're in a covered-in broadcast spot. This time we're open to the elements. Oh, but it makes for exciting commentary anyway. Dodging the errant footballs across the sideline. Here we go to Whanau. Now that's a bit more of a purposeful run. They need a couple of characters to just lift the spirits of this team. It's Missa, who has a little dummy Missa, gets the ball away nicely to Hebden Penetito, or Penetoa, my apologies. And for dummy half goes Benji Savage. So here's a real chance for Maya this time around. He's a bit one off, or one out, and easily accounted here for by the Manurewa defenders. Laid Luatua gets his opportunity. He too can't broach the line. Joey Meyer with the ball, just holds it up a moment, puts it out for Ward. Ward sends it along to the right-hand side where it finds its way into Winnekay's hand. Good change passing out to Petero on the far side, but he can't find his way through. Well, here's the final tackle. Let's see what sort of innovative play they might be tempted to try here. It's the grubber kick to the end goal, and it looks pretty good to me. Ward gets hold of the ball. I reckon he's made it. Skillful play. He's been threatening all day too. There's Callum Ward, and this time around he gets the nod. And Rotorua High School's Callum Ward gets Stefano Arnold back with some hope and into the mix as he crosses for their first try.
Yeah, lacking a bit of a shape does Stefano Arnoa. However, Callum Ward, the standoff, takes it into his own hands, backs himself, grubbers for himself, and puts the icing on the cake in the corner.
There's some talk of a knock-on. Let's have a look. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, yeah. I think the talk. I think the talk. Anyway, referees can't get it all right, nor can commentators and nor can footballers.
Oh, well, but brings a bit more excitement to the game. Te Whanau Anoa have points on the board. Te kaumā whā ki te whā ngā kaute I naene. See if they can kick it over to bring the margin a bit more closer.
Here we go. It's it, but it won't do the business for them this time around. Still a 10-point deficit here to Whanau Anoa, but they've got time. If they've got the skill and they've got the attitude. Easy to hang your head a little bit, even if not physically. It's sort of emotionally when you're down by 3 tries to 0, so credit to them. They've come back into the mix. There's the groovy beats bang on. There's no Engelbert Humperdinck going on here, but it's a secondary schools tournament. There's no Nana Muscuri in the playlist here.
It's rocking. Everyone's lit here. It's still the morning.
Don't know about lit. About having a bit of fun. Bacon, eggs, and rugby league. Oh, what could be better in life? So Te Whanau Anoa, here they come. This time it's laid Luatua.
Work, Frankie.
Cade. Oh, that's my fault. I can't even read my own writing. The old C looking like the L-Buzz.
Good run there from Cade Luatua, followed up strongly by Elijah Pinitoa from Carmore High School. Once again, another strong carry.
Work, boy.
There's been some great feedback about the tournament as we see some commitment here from Elijah Hebden Pinitoa. But he gets up to play the ball and makes a little bit of a mistake here. Good weather and the chemistry has been great. Nice feedback from the various schools that have been taking part. And good geographical spread, as we touched on earlier on. You know, there's actually a composite team as well from Canterbury, which is great to see, and that brought together some young rangatahi wahine from Kaiapoi and Avonside from Rangiora, and Dana Roberts, who's involved with New Zealand Rugby League, also helped to put that together. That squad, so good to have our Cantabrians here taking part in this 2022 edition of the NZRL Secondary Schools Tournament. You have to take your hat off to Callum Ward. He's very involved.
Yes, Frankie.
He's tackling his heart out there, and he's trying a few different things. As we see Frankie Payne.
Been really impressed with the ticker of Frankie Payne. He's a workhorse. Very impressive.
Just giving a jump from Felisi Parawa. We get back to Pasikala here in acting half. Here comes again, trying to inflict pain, Big Frankie. You can hear he's got a bit of a fan base too on the sideline, Big Frankie. Short side, danger time here for Te Whanau Anoa. They're lucky that ball went to ground because I think they were matched for numbers on the far side. Ward continues to impress, and here's the crossfield bomb, perhaps unexpectedly from the boot there. Or that ball has been lost too by Maya, and again it's Manurewa who finds himself camped again. And here comes Frankie Payne, inflicting pain and delivering the ultimate pain. He's in to score beside the posts.
Hey, is that Frankie Payne or is that Payne Haas?
I don't know, but it's painful to watch if you're a Te Whanau Anoa supporter.
Oh, he's a standout, that's for sure. He's deserving of a try, 100% does Frankie Payne. Good timing of the defence following up. As we see a bit of a loose carry. Puts pressure on Te Whanau Anoa right on their goal line, and here's Payne Haas.
It's not Payne Haas, all right?
Beautiful.
Frank, good on you, Frank. Good try, Frankie. That's the way, buddy.
No one more deserving in the Manurewa High School outfit. Impressed with his mini F as well there, Dale.
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure it's rounded in the way that it could be, but we'll wait and see. Hey, I've got to also acknowledge Jericho Thompson, who reefed the ball from 14. That was LeBron Meyer, and that really set up the opportunity. Look at that handsome cameraman in the background there. Oh, my goodness.
Give us a wave, Sasa.
Look at him.
Oh, shanked it, mate. Kicks him from the sideline, but struggles in front.
Shanked it. Ah, gee. There he is. What other bad cliches have you got for the big fella there, Mr. Husband?
That's a long day, Dale. We're going to save a few.
They're going to save a couple.
Put his hand up. First one there. First receiver says, give it to me. I'll sort it out.
Doctor, doctor, I feel like a window. Well, tell me, where's the pain? Oh, that was painful to watch.
Scratches his head after and says, what was that?
What was that? Good on you, young guys. Having a good run around out there, and we're enjoying your efforts.
Yeah.
Making it through to the final. We've got a couple of fans right next to our sideline mic there.
Yeah, they're our co-commentators. They're our sideline commentators,
They're
mate.
our listen to the co-commentary team.
Hopefully Chucky's got a filter.
Yeah, that's right. Let's hope there's no unseemly kupu that come from their waha.
Good run there by Daniel Simi. Short side play. Stacks on.
Nice defensive work too. That puts away Cade Luatua.
Oh, Danny Boy with the carry once again. The pipes are calling.
I hardly need to say anything. We'll just leave it to this way down the sideline. Who we got here, sister?
Down the throat. Dale of Noah Smiler.
Oh, nice run, Noah.
Dylan Morunga.
Noah Smiler in jersey number 1 here for Te Whanau Noa. A reminder too, if you've just joined in, because not everyone realises that they've got live rugby league from the hood, from home here on the morning. 11:30, it's the girls' championship final. And then at 1 o'clock this afternoon, it's the cup final. Auckland Girls Grammar are lining up against Manurewa High School in the girls' final. That'll be an interesting hit out here. And Rotorua Boys High School line up against Margaret's De La Salle College in the final for the cup. The prestigious cup here at secondary schools, trying to create an opportunity for Benji Savage here.
Let's go, Daniel!
Just welcoming our sister in the commentary position. We'll wind to the microphone down a little bit if we can, but she's neat. Taking anything away from her, nice smile up. Back on the inside, I couldn't quite hold it though. Could not quite hold that ball.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Te Whanau Anoa squad. They've defended really well. However, turned over possession quite generously in that instance. Bit of a plug for Elijah Hebden Penetoa, the big lock Lucy back rower from Carmore High School.
Yeah, this guy's had a gutsy performance here this afternoon, Callum Ward.
Saw Tummy the call. Magic Water's out.
Yeah, but you know, he's just involved himself. He's been trying to be creative and a little bit innovative with ball in hand, certainly on defence. He's thrown himself into everything. So, irrespective of the scoreline or the result, I think young Callum Ward can hold his head high.
Tēnā koe. Kia ora.
There's Manurewa, tries to Tamriawa and Kaumawai and Lamoe and Payne. You see another St. Ward's trying to do the one-on-one strip, so he's got a few strings to his bow, this young fella.
Kaumawai with impressive speed, taking his opposite defender on. Bit of a piggyback for the Manurewa High School, getting them out of their own half.
Yeah, well, Ward's become something of a thorn in the side for Manurewa, because everywhere they turn, there's this streak of peroxide here, and he's getting it and having a go. So there's lots to like about his attitude. And really, coaches are looking for attitude. They're not looking so much at the results. They're looking for skill level, but your willingness to get up when you're down. They're down 4 tries to 1, but he's still getting in and having a go. He's not alone. I don't want to make like it's just one because he stands out because of his blonde locks, but you have a look how often he features in the defensive work. The 15 is Victor Canassi. They're pretty much in control of this game now. Don't be surprised if they notch up another. That was a lazy tackle with poor technique, but I don't think that there was anything untoward in it. No intent. As in this Ward, he's hoping that it was one-on-one. Not too far away from that, but referee reckons there's another hand on the attacking player as we get another look. So, well, that's the
seatbelt tackle.
Yeah. So Ward thinks he's by himself, and as it turns out, his supporting defenders also had hand on the attacking player, so that's ruled out.
Me tūpato ia. There's a few harm in there, a few penalties gone against him. Referee Liam O'Brien might give him a verbal warning.
So Victor Canassi looks up and says, "Ref." The ref says, no, Victor.
Seems to be about 26 referees out there at the moment, Dale.
No.
27.
They're starting to drag it down now. 27 referees. Look at them all. Oh, not me, sir. Game's been played in beautiful spirit, as you'd hope.
It has, and it's been managed really well. Just like to give credit to Liam O'Brien, the man in the middle, and the touch judges on both sides. Out of Otautahi, Jordan Chan from Canterbury, and Will Toilau from Tāmaki.
Yeah, they've looked after this game pretty well. And now we're about to see a little bit of speed. It's not a smiler. It's a shame in a way that we haven't seen him set alight with some open track in front of him. Nice little half-volley pick-up from Ward. So back into the inside to the back rower, Hebden Pinatoa. But hats off to Manurewa too. Their defensive work has been good. Bar that one try they've conceded to Callum Ward, and that was even a dubious decision, but debatable. It's been a pretty decent showing here from this young Manurewa team. And a reminder too that they've got a few young guys in there, so it holds them in good stead going forward, because the experience of having attended these tourneys are invaluable when you get a chance to back up maybe 2023, 24 and beyond.
Yes, we see Callum Ward once again taking the flow of the game into his own hands. Tries to chip the ball over the defensive line. Cleaned up well from the fullback Jericho Thompson. As we see Manurewa working their way out of their own half centre field. Nice late footwork. Slips on a banana and holds up, trumps. That's TJ Tamaileawa. Beautiful Pacifica names on display here. It's Puketawhero Park in Rotorua.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Here he comes again. Johnny Trouble. Oh my goodness. And a little bit of a mistake, and just 4 minutes to play here.
Seems, yeah, we've seen a few sort of anti-climax runs, Dale. Frankie's, I think he's played the whole 60 minutes. Hands on the ball possibly, trying to get up for the quick play of the ball.
Yeah, I think he's quite right to complain. But as we say, the referee can't see everything. I'm not even sure that he got that wrong, but hey, every footballer has the ball dislodged, gets up and does the routine. So it's pretty standard.
Not the greatest feed off the scrum. Mr. Ward does well to snatch it out of mid-air.
Yeah, once again, just a reminder, he looks like he's got some pace, doesn't he, Noah Smiler? He hasn't really been given an opportunity to let us see him go.
That was hard case Colwyn Kolmavai lying on the player. Turns around to the ref, gives him a big smile and a thumbs up saying, is it time to release? The referee blows the penalty.
Oh well, better get it from the horse's mouth. That might have been a bit high. Ref's going to get, no, he's going to pull that one up. This is from Whanau Parawa. Again, nothing untoward, just a bit of poor technique. It's late in the game now. Late in the week, to be honest, also. Big ups to these two teams for making the final. In fact, a couple of them drifted high.
Yeah, we've already played about 3 or 4 games, have these squads.
Well, interestingly, the rules for the NZRL this year, they increased the squad sizes from 22 to 25 deliberately to take more care about player well-being. And with the increased interest and recognition of concussion issues right across the games of all contact sport, I think that was a pretty sound decision from the tournament organisers to do so. Only 17, of course, listed here in the final, but the squads were 25 travelling to Rotorua.
I was calling some girls' college football in Taupo earlier on in the week, and they were counting how many bruises they had at the end of the tournament.
Well, there you go. Just remember it's football too, not soccer. But right now, we are in the old beautiful game that came out of the coal pits of Northern England. And aren't we wishing our Kiwi team well in this year's World Cup? You better believe it. How about a try here for Tefano Arnoy as an intercept? Got the legs? I don't think so. Tracking him down is Elijah Hebden Pinitor. Good talent himself, Elijah. Just a minute to play. 4 tries to 1 here. Manurewa, they'll be absolutely wrapped to hold this trophy aloft, the young players. And big ups to Jethro Friend as well, the long-time coach. And our mate Wade Brunston is there also at the school helping out. G'day Wade, if you're watching it today on Sky Sport. Terrific bloke, and enjoyed doing some of our local rugby league footy with Wade through 2022. A few of these young guys could convert into the senior squads of Manurewa Marlins Rugby League. They'll be doing well. And of course, wishing the 2 probably highest profile Marlins well for their season next year as the Bromwich boys move north.
Yep, off to the Dolphins with Wayne Bennett. Been very patriotic, staying with the Storm for most of their career.
Well, there's the full-time siren in the background, and as expected, with a 4 tries to 1 lead, it is Manurewa who take out the New Zealand National Secondary School Senior Boys Championship here in Rotorua with an 18-4 win over Te Whanau Anoa. Well, like we said at the start of this broadcast too, you know, for these young guys, this is their NRL final. They worked hard. A lot of pride on show here, and there'll be a good old bus trip back north as Manurewa claim the prize. But in saying that, congratulations to Te Whanau Anoa, the composite schools of Tokoroa, Fraser, Kamo and Pompalia. They couldn't get the job done today, but they too travel home with great pride. And so it's an 18-4 scoreline, and we'll leave you now from Rotorua to these wonderful celebratory scenes, and we'll be back with our next game and the triple header coming up shortly. Well, kia ora no, welcome back here. It's a triple header. Sky Sport bringing you the secondary schools final. I thought we were disappearing, but obviously we are affording these young guys the respect of a presentation ceremony. They've worked hard for the opportunity. Manurewa too strong over Te Whanau Noa by 18 points to 4, but some great scenes here as we witness these young guys acknowledging each other and acknowledging their opponents. You know, it's tournament play, and you know, it's been a tough week, but they'll be pretty pleased with how this final has rolled out here, the first of 3 this afternoon.
Yeah, rugby league is in good hands here in Aotearoa Whanui. Bulk of the teams are made up of juniors. It's a rebuilding phase for a lot of the squads here, as we see some highlights of play. Sneaky score out of dummy half. One of many tries, one of 5 tries this afternoon.
And then there was this one. He was working
He's very
hard.
deserving of some points, this Callum Ward.
Yeah, just another look here. Is it? Oh, this is Big Frankie. I think it's probably the most popular try. It's the pain train.
Yeah, he put his hand up all day, did Frankie Dale. When his team needed him, he was there, first receiver, carting the ball up the field.
Well, there's the photo. I don't know all the signs. I'm trying to discourage the signs because they can be a little bit. 267, we know what that means.
Not only on display in the championship final, but coming up is the women's final as well, where we see Auckland Girls Grammar up against Manurewa High.
Yeah, it's good to see the Manurewa community can do with Phillips like this, and good young guys down here representing the Kura.
However, a big trait of chieftainship Dale is humility.
No, there's not a lot of that on show at the moment. That's, I take your point here. We're just awaiting the presentation. 11:30 scheduled kickoff for the girls, and 1 o'clock this afternoon for our cup. And that's going to be interesting too. As we see Delasa up against Rotorua Boys High School. Not quite what the hold-up is out there, but suffice to say we've been pleased to be able to be part of the team to bring you the action. I think we're all good to go here now.
Ana tatari ana hone a JD ma. Mo te wāhi tuku taonga. The prize giving of the championship final. Also pleased to see Motu Tony.
Ka wheki, ka wheka no te matahau no tū. No tū te winiwini, no tū te wanawana. Tūturu whiti whakamaua kia tīna. Haumi e, hui e. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the formal presentation for the New Zealand Rugby League National Secondary School Tournaments Boys Championship. First of all, if we could have a round of applause for all the teams that participated in the Boys Championship. Hiatus Community Campus, Tauranga Boys, St Bernard's College, Western Heights, Te Whanau Noa and Manurewa High School. To start our formal presentations, I'd like to call on Director of New Zealand Rugby League Board and Chairman of New Zealand Māori, Mr. John Devonshire, to present the most valuable player for the Grand Final. The MVP for the Boys Championship Grand Final from Manurewa, number 18, Christian Ova'a. Nice, Christian. Congratulations, pal. At this time, we'd like to present our runners-up with their medals, and as they're collecting their medals, I'd like to call on their captain, number 6, Callum Ward from Te Whanau Anoa, to share a few words.
first of all, just want to thank NZRL for putting on this main tournament. And yeah, thank you to everyone that came out, all the teams. It was main fun. Heaps of memories for the brothers. Never forget that. But yeah, to Manurewa, he's a mean. Like, congrats, honest. That first game we faced you, took the first run, boom, I got set. But yeah, honest, congrats. Thank you.
Continue your round of applause for all the players from Te Whanau Anoa, formed from the schools of Rotorua High School, Fraser High School, Carmel High School and Papalier College. Your runners-up for the Boys Championship, Te Whanau Anoa.
Just a reminder, e hoa mā, ko te kapa I tai tuarua mai was Te Whanau Anoa. The bulk of the boys out of Rotorua College. Willie Ford Tumuaki of Rotorua High School.
At this time, if I can ask you to acknowledge our match officials for this match. In the middle, we had the referee of the tournament, Liam O'Brien, supported by Jordan Chan and Will Tolau. And now if we can call on the captain from Manurewa High School to come and share a few words as their players receive their medals. And once they've finished their medals, we will present them their trophy for the Boys Championship. Yeah, he'll do a speech first.
Very deserving of the championship shield as Manurewa High School, been standouts in this division at the National Secondary Schools Tournament 2020.
Thank you for everyone for coming out. Thank you for to Rotorua and our refs, NZRL, and our coaches and staff. Shout out to all the boys that are now here, our 10s and 11s. These are for you. Taking this back to South Auckland. And good luck to our girls in the finals. Good luck.
Certainly proud of their culture, identity and community are the boys out of Manurewa High School. Kia mōhio hoki ai koutou, the mana wahine from Manurewa High are on display up next. Up against Maunga Foe, the Auckland girls ripping into one another at 11:30. Deserving champions in this division is Manurewa High School. A big mihi to Jethro friend who has been involved with rugby league most of his life, since he was born, Dale husband.
I reckon so. Well, quite obviously out of that proud whānau, the friends, the bells. Congratulations to him, and of course all of the connections. We're just waiting for them to hold that trophy aloft, and we'll take a short break as we prepare for our second final.
And now, John Devonshire, Director of New Zealand Rugby League, Chairman of New Zealand Māori, to present the captain of Manurewa High School with the shield for the Boys Championship for 2002. Put your hands together, Manurewa High School.
Well, there you go, 18-4 scoreline, and it's made their day. But congratulations to them. They fought hard, and I hope you enjoyed the action from game one of our coverage here of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Rugby League Tournament. Coming to you live from Puketawhero Park in Rotorua. We'll leave you with these images as we bid you farewell until our next game, due to get underway in about 10 or 15 minutes time. 18-4 winners, Manurewa doing the business in game one.